Arnberg here. Today we're going to be talking about binoculars. This is for Science 8 students studying light and optical systems. This is topic 5 in your textbook. So there's two specific outcomes we're going to be dealing with. One, you should be able to explain new technologies that enhance human vision, hence the binoculars. Two, you should be able to explain how microscopes work and understand how binoculars, eyeglasses, and telescopes function. So let's hop right into it here. So binoculars, this will be short and sweet. Binoculars are actually basically two reflecting telescopes mounted side by side. So we looked at telescopes earlier. We looked at how reflecting telescopes actually used a lens, and then also they used reflecting mirrors. Here basically we're just going to take those two reflecting telescopes and just put them together into binoculars. So the light, when we have this, the light's going to actually enter the eye, and it can be reflected back and forth inside the short tube. So if we take a look right here, we can actually see how the light is being bounced back and forth. So it comes through the objective lens right here. Okay, and once it comes through the objective lens, then it's going to hit a series of prisms. So in binoculars and telescopes, binoculars are just shortened telescopes, but they use prisms at specific places to bounce the light and to serve as plane mirrors. So it's actually going to reflect the light onto each prism, and then we can actually see the real image, or we can magnify the image as well. But what happens is it hits these prisms and it bounces off, so we can actually shorten it up by utilizing prisms and these 90-degree angles so that we can see the image, but we don't have to have a long telescope to do so. So if you just take a look, I'll just walk you through this diagram right here, but basically light enters the objective lens. Okay, so it's going to enter the lens, then it's going to hit this prism. When it hits the back edge of the prism, light transfers through the prism, then it's going to bounce off at an angle. Then it moves over to another prism, then makes its way to the eyepiece. So very similar to a telescope where we have the eyepiece, the objective lens. The objective lens captures as much light as it can. Light travels through in straight rays of light, hits the prism, ricochets off or reflects off, and these serve as plane mirrors almost right here. Okay, and then it pops the image through the eyepiece, and then we can see the image. So that's the concept of binoculars. Okay, so you need to understand that light is gathered through the objective lens. It moves through. It reflects off prisms that act as plane mirrors, and then the light moves through the eyepiece, and then we actually get to see the eye and process it through our eye as we would, and then it sends, once it's reflected, or the image is formed on our retina, then the image is actually sent through the optic nerve to our brain, and we form a mental image. Alright guys, that's binoculars. Hope this has helped, and we'll see you on the next screencast called Extending Human Vision. Okay, bye.